What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy Narik Chase, and I want to sit here and talk about a franchise and some ideas that I had that will really just bring it out and flesh it out in better and new and more innovative ways. Fallout is undoubtedly not only one of the most pronounced video game franchises, but it's also one of my favorite, and I have enjoyed every game I played so far. You see on the channel, I did review Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout Shelter. I have Fallout 4, and I'm highly anticipating Fallout 1, 2, Brotherhood of Steel. Having said that, of course, I have a lot of great ideas for a new Fallout game, and in this video I will elaborate on one. The next Fallout game should be centered around several characters, more notably 3 characters in my opinion. We should be able to have 3 characters, and I think with each character they should have their own separate and individual skill sets. And this is the reason why I do vote for 3 characters, because that allows not only for innovation when it comes to replayability towards the characters, because think of every character has their own little perk level, have their own perks. You know, you can change up the perks for every character every game. That way, say one could be a healer, not per se a healer, one could be more attuned with the environment as well as enemies, one could be more attuned to sneaking, one could be more attuned to possibly having more advantage when it comes to defense and offensive capabilities, one could be more centered on electronics such as computer hacking and lockpicking, things like that. One could be like a sniper type character for various missions where staying far away and using long range tactics was more a better advantage in that certain mission. So I think that is one reason why we should have 3 characters. Another aspect I like to flesh out a little bit and elaborate on is the fact that I think characters also can provide more story to the games. Now, each game, it does have their individual stories, and every main character, whether it's the the sole survivor, the lone wanderer, the courier, you know, each one of these characters do have their own individual story that does come into a much bigger plot, in which the games all often open up to. But I think it'd be really critical if you could have 3 different main stories. Well, one overarching main story, but also having 3 characters' individual stories. Like, that is a lot of game time. And I think that will also help to flush out what you could be considered as, you know, different reactions, different areas of a map. Say one character is possibly a former raider, then his missions will be more raider based, or he can have an advantage when it comes to raiders, like be able to communicate with them, trade with them, go into their settlements, like things like that. Be a pretty good idea. One character could be possibly a trader, so he could have, you know, access to, you know, various weapons and paraphernalia, and can get good rates and to know the possible gossip of what's going on in the wasteland. Also, you have somebody that's possibly a farmer that we can grow their own food and less reliant on stim packs and medicines and things like that, and have a more natural, attuned perception to the land. So I think that, like, those are different capabilities and aspects that could be fleshed out with the various characters. Also, another thing I like to drop down into it, another point I like to add, would possibly be each one having their own specific skill sets. Like, I would like to actually deal with that. And like, think about it. One character could possibly be a former Brotherhood of Steel member that possibly just went MIA because he didn't believe in the Brotherhood's, you know, message anymore. He would have, you know, power armor training. He would have an advantage with laser rifles. I think, like, that is a very that's like a great set of perks that character can be more elaborate on. Now, I'm not saying that they should not have this skill tree, because the one that Fallout 4 honestly is possibly the best perk chart that they do have. So I wouldn't take that away. I'd keep that perk chart and just let those 3 characters just pick and choose off of them. And I would love for them to do maybe a 30 perk level cap, because in Fallout 4, one thing I didn't like about the perk chart was it's like unlimited. So if you can get everything, there's like no reason to be picky or choosy about what you're trying to get. So I think it'd be awesome to have all of those perks and attributes and skills, but allow for these 3 different characters can just pick from each one. Just have 1 or 2, have each one of them have more attuned nature towards certain ones. So that's just a quick topics about why we should possibly have maybe 2 or 3 characters to actually focus on the story. Now, by no means just because we have these 3 characters, that don't mean we don't have any companions. But I think it'll be a great way of keeping the game more immersive with these 3 characters, and how these 3 characters possibly can interact with other characters as well as with the world. Also, idea I just thought about, as what I said with the Raider idea, like each character has a certain perception that other people have on them. So if they have that, that means that some characters can have more access to things than other characters. Some characters are able to establish trade or talk or get information from other characters or groups or factions without it actually impinging so much on the one character that, I mean, think about it. We had Fallout New Vegas and all the various factions. How would that game have played out better with these factions if you played with possibly 2 characters or maybe 3 characters? The balances would have been about better. It'd been a little bit more complicated, but it'd be a lot better. Also with the Fallout 4, you have the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen, the Institute. You have all these other various factions that are vying for power in this game. And it'd be awesome had that been able to actually have like 1 or 2 or 3 other characters to be able to play with. Also, another thing which I will go off on Fallout 4 is the fact that they had all of these companions, but they didn't really feel relevant to to the sole survivors. So if you had possibly 2 or 3 characters, these certain companions might have more weight and add more depth to those special characters. Say maybe the non-human ones are with one character, or you have the humans with one character, or you have one person that possibly is more attuned to more synth and robotic type characters. So those are just some ideas I just wanted to throw out there. Possibly a variant in perks each game, information and relations with other species factions. Also with various stories to add layers and depth to the gameplay. Each one having their own particular skills, as well as if there are companions, let those certain characters be with certain companions. So I think those are just some ideas that I had about that. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about this? Should Fallout take itself in a new direction and allow players to play with 1 or 2 or 3 characters rather than just 1? And any other ideas or topics that I just end up not even covering, please leave in the comment section below. And guys, if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we will continue to be throwing these videos out every week, and we greatly appreciate your support. So until the next video, guys, this is Narik Chase signing out. And don't forget, we're in the wasteland. It's the apocalypse. So go ahead and get that laser rifle. It's time to get down. All right, catch you later.